Hello friends and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John and this is Timberborn. Okay, we are on day 19. We've got about a day and a half left of the bad tide, so we're not in any great danger at the moment. Food-wise and water-wise, we're doing absolutely fine. We're running a little low on grilled chestnuts, we're running a little low on maple pastries, but that's because we're not currently producing either enough chestnuts or enough maple syrup to keep up with the demand there. That's fine for the moment. We upped our supply of books. That seems to have worked now. We have quite a lot of books. Yeah. We are currently laying in our explosives up here. If we get rid of the water, we can see we've got still about a quarter left. We are running low on explosives at the moment. It's just taking a while to produce them. We're also starting to run a little low on extract, but not as bad. But there is quite a lot of that being brought up into this area. Yeah, that's where we are currently. There's no real issues. So over here at our sort of entertainment living area, we did put in some chestnuts over here, but as you can see, there's a whole lot of contamination. And that is coming from our contamination release, our Badwater release valve in there. Yeah, not much we can really do about that at the moment, so we're going to ignore it. Our industrial area is up and running. It's just about to stop working. We were producing enough power to run it just from our windmills here, so that's good. That hasn't happened in a while. Over here at our Badwater reservoir, I've just closed one of the sluices so we can start sort of filling this back up again. What I'll end up doing is, as a couple of people suggested, I'll put in a release channel up here so that if it does fill up beyond the point that we want it, it will just overspill out into this channel anyway. So yeah, that will go in there, basically. Might need, yeah, we'll probably need a couple of overhangs to make sure that the bad water spills into this channel rather than anywhere else. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem to work out. Okay, right, let's spin on to the end of the bad tide then. There we go, that's the bad tide over. Yeah, we did fine. Wasn't really an issue. We've actually got more water now than we started with, so yeah. The water's returned pretty quickly there. So back here, it should also have been pretty quick to clear out. There we go. We've just got, oops, just got clean water going that way. So let's shut these sluices off and we'll drop these down to about 1.5, just so we've got a little bit of clean water stored in there. And that should now start flowing any second now. Really, any second now that should start flowing. Oh, there we go. We've greened at the top. That's something. There we go. Okay, so finally we've got water coming out of there. So we can turn on our water pumps down here. Okay. Everything else seems to be going alright. We didn't lose the water out of there. Obviously, it was only a couple of days of bad tide. We do have several buildings without workers, which are these 3 inventors' huts just up here. We have 8 children, 5 spare bed places, so I'm not too concerned at the moment. We've just had apparently a bit of a death wave. We had a high injury rate. We did have a couple of contaminated beavers, but they're either, you know, dead or better. One or the other. We have used some antidote. So it looks like they were at least trying to cure themselves, which is something. Okay. What is going on? Well, we're still laying in explosives. We still don't have a whole bunch of them. And we still haven't made huge progress on here. I think it is just explosives we are waiting for everything. Yeah. Yeah, we're just waiting for explosives. So our extract should start building up again. And as the explosives are made, one at a time, they'll be brought over here and put in. We've got our two large water pumps rather, up here. I've put in a large tank over here for storage. That's set to supply, so that water should be taken out of there over to the rest of the colony as and when it's needed. Yeah, that's what's happening. How are we doing for maple syrup? Not well. Not well. We have 33 maple syrup and some time before we get any more. Really could do with some more maple trees. Really, here's the only place for them. Okay. Let's clear that planting order. They are set up to cut, yeah. Can I prioritise the cutting on those? I can't. Alright. I can put in... There we go. Another lumberjack there. Let's get that rush, get that done. That should start cutting from here. So it should clear these trees first. Then we can replace them with more maples. Then we can get some explosives in and widen this section. Obviously the explosives are going to have to wait until we've finished messing around with that first layer of our central reservoir. Okay, I've also come up here to our Badwater reservoir, and I've laid in what I think is a decent plan for the explosives. So we're going to have a triple there to break up this long bit of overhang that you can't really see very well, but there. So it comes down to there. And then single dynamite to create a channel, double there to create a straight channel, into a single, down into doubles, double there to take off that exit, doubles there so that we can lay in a couple of short strips of overhang. Actually, we'll need wider than that, won't we? Like so. Because we'll want walls on it as well. And we'll need the overhangs to direct that. Alright, yeah. So overhangs here to drop this into this channel just here. That's the plan. And obviously there'll be probably dams up here for that. And they've already started laying in the explosives. I was not expecting them to do that. Alright, well, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and give you some steps down then. Have I put the other explosives on a low priority? Is that it? No, these explosives are on a normal priority. That shouldn't be a problem. Tell you what, let's put these on a lower priority so they get done after the main explosives. There we go. Okay then, I've played on to day 4, so only a couple of days after the start of the wet season. I'm basically just letting things kind of play mostly. I'm trying to think about our next monument. It's the Fountain of Joy. It does cover a massive area. So if we were to put it, say, up here, it would cover all of our housing. It does need to be in water. So we'd probably need at least a 3x3 pit to put it in. Most likely 5x5. Plus space for a fluid dump to keep it filled, obviously. In terms of resources, it's 400 planks, which we have. 100 treated planks, which we have. 300 metal blocks, which we don't quite have. So, I mean, we're not far off. All I'd need to do really is add in some storage for those resources up near the building site. And I think probably up here might be the best place for it. It's certainly where we've got the most unused space that will cover all of our housing. Yeah, so we're not far off that, honestly. We are just waiting for the last sort of couple of strips of explosives to be put in. Again, the explosives are coming over sort of one at a time. It's just going to take ages. What I'll do is once we've got this level set up and set off, I'll leave off on the explosives until we've got a good store of them. You know, probably a good couple of hundred at least in storage before we start exploding any more stuff. Because this is, yeah, you can see the speed at which the explosives are coming in. So that's going to take a long time. We are in the process of replacing these oaks with maples. So we've got a couple of them out. We're full of logs, unfortunately. I wonder if it's worth... Let's pause that lumberjack for the moment. And let's pause that lumberjack for the moment. And that we've got a lot of lumberjacks around here, but then we do have a lot of trees. So that was the point, to make this essentially give us no more wood problems, as it were, until end game, really. This was supposed to be enough to supply us with as many logs as we would need, and it's kind of doing its job, really. Yeah, it's keeping us topped up. We're whatever logs we're using to make things like planks and gears and things like that, they're just being replaced immediately. So our log problems are not problems currently. Oh, hello. What have we... Oh, no. Oh, dear, oh, dear. That's unfortunate. What's doubly unfortunate is our forester can't actually reach those anymore. Can this one? Yes, it can. All right, replant. Get those replanted, please. I mean, that might be affecting our chestnut production, mightn't it? Right, they're going to take a while to regrow. Okay, well, at least we spotted it eventually. See, that's the problem with planting under these overhanging natural bridges, is you can't quite see. That was at the perfect angle to be sort of blocked by my usual angles of looking at things. Yeah, I'm going to have to be more careful, aren't I? Having turned those lumberjacks off, that should allow us to concentrate on getting these oak. Yeah, these oak trees out of there and replace them with maples where we can. Okay, I've given into temptation and I'm building another explosives factory. We just need the explosives. So, yeah, there's an explosives factory going in up here. I will put some storage around somewhere. Yeah, all right. Let's get some storage in there. Actually, come on, John, think about this. Get some storage in there, away from the path. Then you can get some steps up to the next level. You are going to store, where are you? Explosives. There we are. Okay, how are you doing? You just need a few more of everything and you'll be done. Well, it's on its way. There we go. The new explosives factory is in. It's not going to be doing any work until tomorrow, obviously, because it's the end of the day. But it's there. That will start supplying a few more sticks of dynamite, which will be useful. Okay. That is the last bit of explosives to go into this area until we, you know, demolish the zipline station, which we will do now. There we go. And nope, we don't want to select the dynamite. We want to build more dynamite. 3 more in there. 6 more. I can't count today, apparently. 6 more in there. And then we'll take that out and put in 1 there. I mean, I assume one. I could be entirely wrong. Okay, there's that. And over here, they're working on the next lot, which is good. They should be able to get to everything, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that should be fine. So, yeah, they should be able to get in and lay all these in. I'm not going to set them up yet, I don't think. Or maybe I will. No, I will. I'll certainly set off this bottom lot. Then we can get the overhangs that we need in. We'll need impermeable floors for part of it, but that's only 200 signs. We have 40,000. It's fine. Okay, we're finally over the hump there. We've got one unemployed beaver. Our injury rate is still very high, but we do have a lot of industry, so kind of makes sense. I've currently got both of these sluices open because we were getting dangerously full in there again. And I want to get this sluice sorted out before we have to worry about anything like that. Okay, about halfway through day 8 and all of our explosives down here are ready to set off. I'm not going to set off this top layer yet. I'm going to wait until all this is built before we open everything up. But let's get this first lot set off, shall we? There we go. Okay. Right, let's pause it for a second. What do we want here? We want the... where are we? Overhangs. To come out from there. At least 2. That should be fine then. Okay, so all of those go on there. We are going to want... I guess that's the easiest way to do it, isn't it? Just chuck some stairs down in there for the moment. We will want levees along the side, like so. And we will want impermeable floors all across there. There we go. So that should dump all of that water, if it overflows, straight down in front of the wheel there, in theory. I guess we'll see. Maybe on top of the wheel. Yeah, it should come down in that set of tiles there. That 3 wide space there. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, well, we'll get them built as well. So, as they've already laid in these explosives, you can probably guess that over here we're ready to go. We've got all of our tier 3 explosives laid in up here. So, I mean, I guess we should probably set those off as well, shouldn't we? There we go. That's obviously dropped the level quite a bit. I think... Oops. Come on, that's what we want to do. Yep. Our deep water pumps are still in the water. So that's good. They'll still be able to draw from there. It is obviously still feeding out of here. And I've been thinking about this arrangement down here. And I think what I'm going to try and do in the bad tide, I'm just going to try and, if we zoom back up, close this early enough to fill this with pressurized clean water. And just hold it in there and open it up because, I mean, it's going to spill out violently, but it's going to spill out violently through this tunnel. So it's just going to spill out into this reservoir. Yeah, I think that should be fine, honestly. It saves the hassle of, because there is just a single water source, it takes quite a while for this sort of underground chamber to refill once it's all drained out through the Badwater sluice. So I'm just going to try and basically hold it under pressure if I can. And honestly, if a little bit of contamination gets in, it doesn't really matter. Because it's going to be flowing into this massive reservoir. And it's going to be so dilute that it's not going to be a problem. That's my thinking. It's probably arse about face, but that's my thinking. Okay, day 12, and there's the drought warning. So we are having a few issues. We've still got 3 buildings without workers. We have 9 spaces available. 8 injured beavers again. So it's not going entirely well in terms of health and safety, but, you know, when does it ever? I have put in some more housing over here so we can get some more beavers in the workforce. Yeah, we are, again, food-wise we're okay. We've got plenty of most of the food. Maple pastries we're very short on. Sunflower seeds we're short on. Grilled chestnuts we have none. But we have lost half of our chestnut farming, you know. We are going to need to replace that at some point. Just not sure where that's going to be replaced. Possibly around the... for the monument, the Fountain of Joy, which is going to need to be in water, so that's going to hydrate the land around it. So hopefully that will help. Oh, we got space down there for another maple tree. There we go. Get another one in there. We want to unmark that for cutting. There we go. Oh, we got another one there as well, by the looks of it. Let's zoom in. Oh, there's still logs there to be collected. 6 logs. I have no idea where our woodcutter is currently. Presumably delivering logs. Up here, we've got our overhang in place. So I'm going to set these explosives off. There we go. And unfortunately, we're going to need to get some steps down here as well. Just because I don't like how untidy it looks with one block in there. So we'll come in and we'll drop some explosives on there to clear that out the way as well. And then... in fact, let's not put stairs in there. Better idea. Let's stick a couple of dams in there instead. Because then that should automatically overflow anyway. All we need to do is wait for this to fill up so we can test it. That's not dangerous at all. Okay, so we're shortly before dawn of day 14. So we've got a day and a bit left until the start of the drought. I have got one of these sluices open now to slow down this. And I did have both of these closed. So we could fill this up quickly. Ideally before the drought. To see if this will work or whether I should replace them with sluices. Which, you know... higher grade resources, but so a dam is 20 logs. Yeah, easy enough. Whereas a sluice, 5 planks, 5 metal blocks. So it's cheaper to do this if it works. That's a big if. Don't know that 2 dams are going to be enough to drain away all of this, but we're always going to have at least one of these sluices open as well. So in theory, we should be all right. Obviously, it's taking a long time to rise now. Should I close that to speed it up and test it before the drought? I probably shouldn't, should I? But that'll fill it up more quickly. There we go. It's already filling up more quickly. Is it going to overflow? I mean, it will overflow. Whether it's going to overflow the sides as well as through the dam is the question. Let's speed things up. Okay, there we go. It's starting to overflow through the dams. But is it still going to rise? It doesn't appear to be rising. All right. It's dropping into there. But that doesn't have enough strength to drive the water wheels? Oh no, there we go. You're not overflowing, are you? No, you might be filling still, but you're not overflowing. Alright, that is actually driving those wheels. Alright, okay, right, well let's... We know it works. Let's open up that central sluice as well. So if this does overflow, it can overflow through there safely. Excellent stuff. Alright, okay. That's a bit of a wave going through there at the moment. It's probably fine. Right, with one of these open, then this should, most of it should flow out the bottom. A little bit will flow over the top. That's producing a reasonable amount of power. There we are. That's stopped overflowing at the top there now. But it will likely fill up and do so again shortly. Because obviously, with one open, it still fills. Right. Okay, that's good. Let's spin on till the morning then. There we go. 6 days. That shouldn't be a problem. I mean, none of the droughts really on this stage so far have been a problem because we're on normal mode, not hard mode. We've kind of got used to hard mode being brutally punishing. So yeah, 6 days is nothing. We'll barely notice it. We might lose a little bit of water out of the central reservoir here. In fact, with our 2 large pumps, we probably don't need 3 drawing from here. We'll stick to 2. Close one of them off for the moment. Everything should be reasonably full. I've closed up everything fairly early. We don't have any flooded buildings, but everything down here is pretty full, as you can see. Same goes for in here. So we do have plenty of water around to keep things hydrated. We're nearly done clearing out these old oaks. We will get some maples planted in its place, and we will cancel the cutting orders on those. So this first one is nearly halfway grown, so it's a start. We've got a bit of explosives set up now, so let's come in here. I think we'll start there and be able to put in a set of steps up onto this next level, and then we'll do that square there and fill all this space in with maple as well. Right, well that was quick. Let's set this off, shall we? There we go, don't need a big song and dance about that, but we'll get some steps up and we will lay in, I guess, a nice square of explosives like that. We'll try coming back another couple of rows, see how that does. Okay, well it really hasn't taken us very long at all to get all of these explosives laid in. So once that beaver is out of the way, there we go, we will get rid of those steps and let's set these off. There we go. And all that means we've got a bunch more space. Oops, no, I don't want to put that on there. Never mind. To plant all of this up with more maple. We'll cancel that one. Okay, that should hopefully increase our supplies of maple syrup a little bit. Right, 4.5 days left of the drought. Let's see how we do. Alright then, day 18, halfway through the drought. We're doing absolutely fine, obviously. Water's evaporating a little bit from these channels here and from our sort of planting area down here, but it's fine. We do have water up here that I could release into this section should we really need it. Don't need it at the moment, it's fine. We've still got plenty of water in this large reservoir here. Still plenty of water down here in our tree planting area and our wheat planting area. Yeah, it's all good. It's all absolutely fine. Our chestnuts are still 12 days away from growing, 11 days away from growing, something like that. Our maples down here are planted. Again, it's going to take them a little while to grow. At best, we're halfway done, and that's going to be on maybe 3 or 4 of them. Over here, we are just putting in the last, or just have put in the last vertical power shaft connecting these water wheels up. And honestly, I think I'm going to stick a platform in there. And then just bring the power shafts all the way up to there. And then once that's built, we'll bring it back and connect up down here. It's probably the best way of doing it. Alright, so they've got some stuff to be getting on with. I'll let them get on with it. There we go, the end of the drought. We did absolutely fine. Obviously, we did fine. We're never not going to do fine. I'm going to confidently state that right now. We're never going to have a problem with the drought or a bad tide ever. That's not going to bite me in the ass, is it? Okay, we've used quite a lot of power from our grid up here. Nearly 9,000 from each of these batteries. And still dropping because we have no wind. Because we never have any wind. Yeah, it's not ideal. Obviously, the water wheels will start turning shortly. As in fact, will these. So let's open up one of those sluices, get these water wheels turning and start producing some power. There we go. So that is currently the only power being produced on the grid. What are we looking at? 700? 800? And there's the wind picked up as well. So yeah, that's a little bit. It's not a huge amount, you know, but it will help. We'll say maybe 600 to 700 power being produced down there. Hopefully that will start charging our batteries. It will start charging our batteries. That's good. All right. Okay, so all of this is going okay. The water should be returning through here momentarily, so we'll turn our water pumps back on. There we go. And that one as well. We have plenty of unemployed, so we've definitely turned around the corner, at least for the moment, on our unemployed beaver situation. So water is returning down here, so it should start returning back into this end of our planter. It should just be returning straight into here now, so that's good. I've already laid some steps down so we can reach the bottom layer of this, because I did say we were going to continue with the explosives. You know, why not? Once we were over a couple of hundred. We've got a couple of hundred in stock, so might as well start laying these in, mightn't we? Might as well bring that section down as well. And bring it back to there. Okay, that's going to take forever, so we're not going to wait for that to happen. I think we'll end the episode there. I think we're doing all right. We've got ourselves the sort of overflow arrangement at the top here. I don't think we need to invest in sluices up here, honestly. Don't think it's worth it. No, it's just an overflow. It's just going to add a little bit more cost and needless faffing if I put sluices in. But everything else seems to be going okay. I do think that up here is probably the best place for that Fountain of Joy. There we are, Fountain of Joy. So somewhere up here would be the best place for it. Because that does cover our district centre and all of our housing spaces. Yeah. We can get, I believe, let's have a look. I did check this before, but I've kind of forgotten. So we can get our zipline station up there, but obviously we'll need paths and steps up to be able to build it anyway. But we will be able to get up there more quickly. Which is probably worth it, honestly, isn't it? Alright, well, we'll think about that for next episode. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm trying to sort out any visual degradation of the uploads at the moment. I'm trying a few new things. Hopefully they'll work. I don't know if they will. I'm doing my best. I apologise for that. Not for doing my best, but I apologise for the fact that I'm trying to sort things out and it's not working. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please do give us a like and a subscribe if you've enjoyed it and you want to see more. Please check out the other videos on my channel. Memberships and super thanks and all that sort of stuff is available. And please join us next time. Till then, I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And bye-bye.